Hey, and welcome to the Drive and Dish podcast for February the 1st. We start a new month with a small slate of games, not a ton of picks today, but hopefully we have some good one. Let's go over our records over the weekend. On Saturday, January 30th, we start with Dynamite David, who had a 3-4 overall record. UW Milwaukee -2.5 was a winner. Stanford +1.5 was a loser. South Carolina -4.5 versus Vanderbilt was a loser. Texas A&M -1.5 versus Kansas State was a big winner. Providence -3.5 versus Georgetown was a loser. Purdue -3.5 versus Minnesota was a winner, and Wisconsin -4.5 versus Penn State was a loser. 3-4 overall. On the day, overall record 81, 86, and 1. We'll go to me. I had 11 picks, 4 and 7 overall. NC Wilmington +2.5. Just could not find a way to beat Hofstra over the weekend. Was a loser. Delaware -6.5 versus Elon was a winner. Coppin State +2.5 versus Morgan State was a loser by 1.5 point. That was a tough one to eat. Seton Hall +4.5 versus Villanova was a loser. Villanova starting to look really, really good. Maybe, just maybe climbing themselves up there in the Baylor and Gonzaga mix. St. Francis, New York, +1.5 versus Long Island was a loser. Dayton -2.5 was a nice winner. Oklahoma State -2.5 versus Arkansas. We talked about our half-point loss. This was one of those that just squeaked by and we got lucky on. So it all balances out. Oklahoma State -2.5 versus Arkansas was a winner. Central Arkansas -3.5 could not hold their halftime lead and lost to Northwestern State. That was a loser. Kansas continues to struggle, did not cover the 3.5 points versus Tennessee, and Tennessee put on a show, actually scoring some points this weekend. NC Greensboro -9.5 versus VMI was a winner, and Pittsburgh -3.5 versus Notre Dame was a loser. So 4 and 7 overall on the Saturday. 117, 98, and 1 so far on the year. In the NBA, 2 and 2 on the day. The Portland Trailblazers +2.5 had Dame Lillard come to the rescue and win that game for them, and that was a winner. The Los Angeles Lakers -2.5 versus the Boston Celtics somehow got the win and did not cover a 2.5 point spread. Those are always my favorite. That was a loser. Dallas Mavericks continue to struggle and cannot seem to find the team unity around Luka Doncic so far this year. They lost to the Dallas Mavericks as 2.5, or the Dallas Mavericks lost to the Phoenix Suns as 2.5 point favorites, and Golden State Warriors -5.5 versus the Detroit Pistons was a pretty easy winner. So we maintain our 500 record on the year, 26 and 26 overall in the NBA. Dynamite David tweeted out some picks on Sunday. Ohio State -6.5 versus Michigan State was a winner. Rice +5.5 versus North Texas was a loser. And Washington -2.5 versus Washington State was a loser. All right, we move to today's pick. A pretty small slate of games. The Dynamite has 3 picks for us. Georgia Tech +4.5 versus Louisville. Oklahoma +6.5 versus Texas Tech. And Central Florida +8.5 versus Memphis. 3 picks for the Dynamite today. I only have 1 pick in college basketball. We're going to ride with East Tennessee State over Wofford. This should be a really good game. This conference has turned into a really good conference with Mercer and Furman and UNC Greensboro, East Tennessee State, and Wofford, all really, really solid teams in there. So this should be a really good matchup. I just feel like East Tennessee State is hot and are rounding into form and maybe becoming the best team in the Southern Conference. But this is one matchup that really, really should show who is going to contend in the Southern Conference. So I've just liked East Tennessee State the way they've played lately. They've only had 1 loss in their last 6 games, and that's to Furman, and then they came back and avenged that loss. So look for East Tennessee State plus the 1.5 versus Wofford to win today. We go to the NBA. We got 2 picks. We got the Lakers -5.5 versus the Atlanta Hawks. We're just riding the trend here. The Lakers have not covered in their last 4. Let's see if they can get back into that ATS spread and get a win here. Lakers minus 5.5. They should be able to put it on to the pretty weak defensive Atlanta Hawks. And next up, the Pelicans are on the other side of that. They've been really hot of late, including a sweep of the Milwaukee Bucks. So we're going to ride the Sacramento Kings plus 3.5 versus the New Orleans Pelicans and see if the New Orleans Pelicans actually are hot and starting to round into form and maybe putting themselves into playoff contention, or they just had a minor hot streak and the Kings cover this. But Sacramento plus 3.5 for the day. Those are all our picks for the day. Be sure to follow us on greenlightnetwork.org, Greenlight Network on Facebook, and Greenlight Network on YouTube. That's our show, and we're out.